blasting, billowing, bursting forth with the power of 10 billion butterfly sneezes.
This is Wine, Money, and Song. And if you want an insider's view of the wine industry, and if you're interested in learning about wines in different wine areas, please subscribe. Ladies and gentlemen, are you ready? Are your ears open? And hopefully you can withstand the drama that I'm going to name 2024 the 10 best wines under $25. Now, you've seen all the lists and the 100 best wines, and most of the wines are close to $100, all of these people recommend and stuff. And to me, that's a disservice. You float in front of people all these wines, and maybe they'll be able to try one or two a year if they're lucky as a luxury. But what I want to do at Wine, Money, and Song is to always look for the great values. And to me, $25, there's a lot of wines you can buy that are outstanding. And I'm going to try to shine the light on that. So roll the drums. I have 5 white wines and I have 5 red wines. And I have I have 2 Italian white wines. I have a Chardonnay from Argentina, Sauvignon Blanc from California, a Riesling from Alsace, and the red wines, I have a Malbec from Argentina, a Bordeaux, I have a Loire Valley red wine, I have a Zinfandel, and I have a Meritage from California. So those are the top 10 wines, and we're going to start with the white wines. And the first one is Villa Sparina. It's agave made with the Cortese grape, and I've had this wine several different times. It's a wine that's around $15, and it is such a charming, floral, peachy, minerally light wine that is just so delightful to drink. And this is a wine that's available throughout the country pretty easily, and good distribution. And I love the Italian white wines. The second wine, which for some reason I misplaced the bottle somewhere, it's the Otto Pria Suave Classico, and I love Suave. Suave, the quality has just gotten better and better over the last two decades. And the Pria Suave is very minerally, and it comes from volcanic soil from a high altitude. So it's very lean, very refreshing, and the minerality is great. And you get a lemon-lime quality out of it. Look for Pria Suave Classico, and it's the 2023 vintage. The third wine is Catina Chardonnay from Argentina, and whenever I have this wine, it's been consistent. It's a wine that's between $15 and $20, and it's from high altitude vineyards. And the wines remind me of Maconnais, a Macon Village or a Pouilly-Fuissé from Burgundy. And it's a wine from Mendoza and high altitude, as I said, so you get the crisp acidity and the minerality. Excellent wine, under $20. The fourth wine, white wine, is a wine from Trader Joe's. It's a Sauvignon Blanc, Napa Valley, 2023, lot 257. I don't know what that means, lot 257. Have no idea. But as I've said before, the 2023 vintage is a big vintage in California, and it's very high quality. So there's going to be a lot of second labels, third labels, and this is an example of this. This is Napa Valley origin, and the Napa Valley Sauvignon Blanc should be $20, $25. This wine's $10, and I don't like California Sauvignon Blanc generally, because I think it's planted in too hot of an area, and Napa is not the most ideal area because it's a very warm area. But this wine really pulls it off. There's a richness to it. It's not grassy like a lot of Sauvignon Blancs can be from California. It's more minerally, and it has a grapefruity quality, lemon lime zip to it, but it has body to it. It's not wishy-washy like some of the tank fermented New Zealand Sauvignon Blancs, which millions of cases are being produced of that, and it's very, very popular. You know, there's Oyster Bay, there's Kim Crawford. There are a number of those wines out there from New Zealand, and they sell in big volume. This one has more richness and body to it and zip, and surprisingly really good, and for $10. The last white wine is a wine from Alsace, an Alsace Riesling, Domaine Schlumberger, not Schlumberger, Schlumberger, it's French, and it's the Le Prince Albi 2021 Riesling. And Alsace Riesling is a little bit of a petro quality to it, a little bit of oiliness, and then you get the fresh floral quality of this. This is a light wine to medium-bodied wine, but really zippy, very, very crisp. And you want to taste dry Riesling, go to Alsace, and Domaine Schlumberger is a good place. And they own a lot of Premier Cru vineyards too. But for less than $20, great value. We're going to get into the red wines now. And remember now, all these wines are going to be under $25. And I like these wines. One or two of them I really thought, I shook my head and said, wow, these are really good. And, you know, outstanding. The first wine is Donna Paula Estate in Argentina, Malbec 2022. And it's from the Val de Uco, which is a cooler area of Argentina. And as I said, this comes from high altitude wines. And this wine shocked me. It's made in a modern style, Malbec, and it is so fruity. It wraps around, and it's like blue fruit, fresh, round, and it really registers really high in your palate. And it's just delicious. It's very modern, but really delicious and luscious. And you want another glass after you have the first glass. That's how good this wine is. Now, I bought this. This was a closeout at Costco. I'm going to show you a picture of the price sign that they had. If it's still around now, my Costco where I got it, it's not available anymore. But across the country, it might be available. And if you could put your hands on this, it was like $8.99. It was regularly like $13 or something, and really delicious. And just to put it on the table, luscious. The second red wine is another Trader Joe's wine. It's the Grand Reserve Lalande de Pomerol, 2023. And to understand what Lalande Pomerol is, you know Pomerol, Chateau Petrus, L'Avangile, all those famous and very expensive right bank wines come from Pomerol. Well, Lalande de Pomerol is a satellite of Pomerol, outside the Pomerol area. But they grow Merlot, Cabernet Franc, and they produce wines that are not as concentrated, not as intense, because of the soil differences. But generally, Lalande de Pomerol has sand and gravel. And the one thing that this wine, it's only 2 years old, but it's a very soft, charming, elegant Merlot-based wine. And it's so easy to drink. It has a great nose. It smells like Pomerol. You can smell the Cab Franc and just so easy to go down. And if you can pick this up, try this. It's a great example of a right bank wine from a good year. And I think it was $13, something like that. That's a steal. The third wine is a Chinon, which is from the Loire Valley, which is famous for Vouvray, Sancerre, Pouilly-Fumé, Saumur, and it's a Cabernet Franc, 100% Cabernet Franc. It's the noble Le Chateau, not Chateau, Chateau, Chinon from the and this is 100% Cab Franc, 100% Cab Franc, and it is so easy to drink, so fruity and round, and it's just so friendly and luscious to drink. And it's a wine that's very different because everything's got Merlot, Cabernet, Syrah, and everything. This is 100% Cab Franc. And it is just so charming and so easy and luscious to drink. It's a $9 wine. Look for it if you can find it. The fourth wine is Bedrock Old Vine Zinfandel 2022. And as I said formerly, Bedrock is one of the great producers of Zinfandel in California. Now this wine comes in between $25 and $20. And the 2022 is just classical old school Zinfandel. Raspberry, briary, brush, wild brush. And the fruit is just raspberry and just so charming but rich. Old school Zinfandel, and with Bedrock, classical maker of Zinfandel. The last wine is Old Reliable. Old Reliable, Marietta Old Vine Red, lot number 74. And Marietta is an outstanding winery that produces Zinfandel, Cabernet, base wines, and they make very, very great value and classical styled old school wines. And Old Vine Red is a favorite of mine. It's one of the few wines I have to keep in stock. And lot number 74 is excellent. Rich, big, and it's made from probably 5 or 6 different black varieties. And Marietta has been doing it for a long time. And Old Vine Red for $15 is one of the great values in red wines anywhere. And I would never turn down an Old Vine Red. So, ladies and gentlemen, these are the 10 wines that I rate the 10 best wines of 2024 that are under $25. And I would love for some of my subscribers to go out there and try some of these and let me know what you think of them. But I was shocked by the quality of some of these wines, and you can pick them up for a song and a dance. You don't have to spend $50. You don't. If you want to, that's fine. But these are outstanding wines and wines of the year.